Hey guys, it's Wook, and I've got to say, I'm reviewing My Hero Academia chapter 96, and before I say anything, guys, I gotta say, I thought this was an incredible chapter. Like, honestly, I didn't give this chapter a 10 out of 10. It was incredible. Not only did we introduced to new, interesting characters, but tons of suggestive stuff going on here. We were suggested that new allies would come up, right? And honestly, I do think it's suggested that new villains would come up during the fight, and so that now I think we're gonna get, not only are we gonna get new allies, but I think heroes gonna shoot up the ranks. New heroes are gonna shoot up the ranks, and it's gonna be hella interesting. Also, the development to put all the kids in the dorm room, that'll make the chapters 10 or 100 times more interesting. I think not the chapters, but I think the like school relationship theme, like the high school theme, I think that'll make it way more interesting. So I'm really excited about that. Also, meeting the students' families is really fun. I think that Jiro's family, I guess Kyoka, I have to call her Kyoka. Her family I thought was like really funny. Like I liked how her mom looked. I liked her dad's piece of personality a lot. And then I like Bakugo. I think Bakugo's family was kind of very fitting. You know, guys, I thought that was really funny. But then three big things happened, and I actually already really like this chapter, but then three big things happened. First of all, Bakugo asked All Might, "What is due to you, All Might?" And All Might said, "It's just he's just a people, right? They're all just people to me, and I want to get the best out of you." And I mean, obviously he's lying, right? And Bakugo knows he's lying. And then Bakugo says something. Bakugo says, "Okay, so if he's so determined not to tell me, then that's fine, right? Okay, that's fine." And then he says, "But thanks for everything," under his breath, right? Which you really have to wonder, what is that statement? That's a loaded statement, and it's not just that emotionally, it's a heavy statement that can mean many different things, but this is a manga, and so, I mean, there's like, that could definitely very well mean much more than it means. Is he possibly thanking him because he's not going to see him anymore? Because I think the Bakugo Sasuke theory is absolutely still alive, and if it was alive, then this is a push. Or this could be the push for Bakugo to seek the villain side. Does Bakugo possibly feel like he isn't being given the not respect, but maybe respect, that he feels he deserves? Is that possibly what's going on? Because I mean, I actually know that feeling, and I mean, I'm with you, Bakugo, but it's a hard grind. Like, you just gotta keep going. But I don't know. I'm gonna leave that for later. That's a big statement. I'm gonna leave that for later. The second one is, why did All Might leave Aizawa? Because he also says sorry for this Aizawa. Why did he leave Aizawa in the car alone? What's going on there? Because the third thing is, obviously, it's the main point of the chapter. Deku's mom says, "No, Deku, I don't want you going to school." And I got in an argument with a guy about this, and honestly, looking at it over, I don't really think it's an argument. I think we were just disagreeing with each other. This is all speculation, but we were disagreeing on several points, and I'm going to try to explain to you guys the argument, because it's actually kind of an interesting point. Because I'm saying that Deku's mom is going to reverse her decision next chapter, and she's going to let Deku go, right? And this guy is saying, actually, I don't even know what he was saying, but he was saying, no, that's not the case, and Deku's mom actually made the right decision, right? And in my argument, I'm saying she made the wrong decision because I have three reasons why I say she made the wrong decision. Here's why I do not think she's making the right decision. First of all, she doesn't know the full thing about his ability and the full circumstances, right? She doesn't understand that he is All Might's disciple, and that a lot of his injuries aren't actually a result of getting beat up. And she does say beat up, but that could be a translation error. But are actually instead are a result of using its power, which will diminish over time, right? So we'll get better. But it's still a dangerous job. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're hurting yourself, if the opponents are hurting you. It's a dangerous job, and I think actually it wasn't even the injuries that convinced her. It was All Might's fight that convinced her that it's a dangerous job. So actually, the injuries, I think, is a no argument. The second reason is because, okay, I don't think that they're gonna go to every single person's house, or we're not gonna see that, right? There's 20 houses to go to, and it took in one chapter we saw 3, so this just is a little ridiculous, right? But then why did he go to both Kyoka and Bakugo's house? And then more importantly, what is the similarity between Kyoka and Bakugo's house, right? Both of them, and actually, this is my main theory, and this is why. Because in Kyoka's house, he gave us the, oh no, you can't do that, that's ridiculous, right? That's what he started out with. And so that's what I expected, right? But then as readers, they completely do a reversal, and it seems like they actually, all the parents want their kids to go to this project because it seems like that's actually the right decision. It's convincingly the right decision. And we go to Bakugo, and Bakugo, again, they're like, sweeping majority, right? And so both these parents establish that it's actually the right thing. They strongly believe that it's the right thing, and not only that, but they sort of diminish the idea that it is, you should say no, right? That's what Jiro said no. You know, saying no is actually is making light of it, right? And so now we're presented with that fact that that's actually an okay thing, and I think Bakugo is a special case too, because his son was even kidnapped, right? Bakugo was even kidnapped, so I actually do think that the argument that it is dangerous and therefore you shouldn't do it, I think it's still a legitimate argument by Deku's mom, right? But according to the canon, right? I'm making this argument, but according to the canon believes that while there are the dangers, it's still worth it, right? This is still the best choice for the kids, right? And I think it's fair to say, because even if they didn't allow their children to go to the, Project Dorm, they're still at risk, right? They're still heroes. The villain line is still there. They're still at risk. So I think that it's fair to say, at least in my opinion, I mean, if you disagree with me, guys, whatever, I don't power to you. But at least in my opinion, I strongly believe that it's established that it's saying no isn't clearly the right decision, right? Or the wrong decision. And so then Deku mom says it, and that's kind of a big deal, because some people say, no, it's the right decision. And I disagree. A lot of people say it's the right decision. And I disagree. I don't think Deku's mom's in the wrong. Okay, I'm trying to flirt around this. I'm trying to be as non-committal on this as I can be, guys. I don't think Deku's mom was in the wrong, especially with what she shows. In fact, actually, with what she knows, I think she's in the right. But according to the canon, I strongly believe she made the wrong decision. Again, look at the dramatic irony going on. She doesn't know about OFA, right? That's a big deal. Plus, look at the fact that it was reinforced that multiple families, and with their kids having dangerous situations, that they should go. Plus, there's the argument that, if Deku doesn't go, and then what? There's no story, so he kind of has to go. Although I'm going to address that later, because I don't think that's entirely the case. We came to the conclusion that if AFO, or if All Might tells Deku's mom about the situation with him and OFA, right, then she would be more understanding, and she would be like, okay, you know what, that makes a lot more sense. I understand now, right? Plus, she is a character who would, be deserving to know, right? So, I do believe that was the resolution that we came to. If he can tell her that, then she'll let him go through. Otherwise, she's not going to. Because I actually do think that AFO might say no, right? Or he might not say no. He might not tell her. And then she says no, and Deku doesn't really have a say. In the reality, he doesn't have a say, ultimately, it's a word. Because Deku can still operate rogue for a few months while the kids act in their dorm and they have a bunch of fun, and his life sucks, right? And he's in the house. And that's a reality of seeing in real life. And there's a lot of the high school narrative. This is a slice of life if you kind of look at it. You can look at it as a slice of life. And so I do think that that's a very likely possibility. And so eventually I think Deku's mom would be like, you know what, this is the wrong decision. And plus, actually, I think what would happen then is really cool is, I think the next fight goes down, Deku would excel in that fight because he's operating rogue at night or something, And so he would then excel in that fight, or maybe he's at school, at his normal school, and then a fight goes down and he's like, fuck this, I'm saving the day. And so he would excel at that fight, and not only with Deku's mom, but everyone would see how much he really wants to be a hero, really, really internally. It's not even really his choice at the end of the day. He just wants to fucking do it. And so I think then she would go back on the decision, right? I think that's a very likely possibility. But I think for the sake of the story, actually, honestly, that sounds cooler than him letting it go through. But I think for the sake of the story, actually, I'm kind of going back on that. I think All Might's not gonna say it, guys. I really do. I don't know. That sounds way cooler. But it's possible also that she goes back on that decision, right? Because the next chapter she's like, I thought about it. Actually, I'm being too critical. And also, All Might might tell her about this still, because he left Aizawa in the car, and at the end of that he says, I'm sorry, Aizawa. And so, of course I think the reason he left Aizawa in the car is so that he can tell her, right? Because she is in a position where she should be told. Now, I don't think she should be told, because I think All Might, I really do think that All Might cannot tell her, and then Deku has to suck it up for 2 months, 6 months, a year, 4 years, it does not matter. Take the L, dude. Like, just fucking accept the fact that your mom ultimately is making the right decision. Like, you know, it's just, that is the right decision. That is the reality. And respect your mother's wishes. Like, that is the reality. But I kind of think All Might's gonna tell her, because if All Might tells her, I can guarantee you the villains are coming. I can guarantee you the villains are coming, and they're using her against everyone, and that changes the game. That sets another precedent. That because All Might came in, when All Might's character was introduced, there was 2 major things, secrets that he's holding. One, his ability, and then his appearance, right? And to him, this was like absolutely important. Like, not release it at all, right? And you could release it. Why not? You know, I mean, you could, but I think his reasons were substantial, and actually, to him, it was super important. And his appearance, I mean, he had to retire, right? But his appearance was leaked, so is it possible that his ability will be leaked too through his mom? I mean, what do you guys think? She lives at home alone, and actually, I don't know if there's more to this or not, but there's a very big contrast between Izuku's mom from 10 years ago and Izuku's mom right now. There's a very big contrast. I'm sure you guys can see it, and I think it also in her personality, right? She's become much more reserved. And so I think she's, right now, and every time I've seen her, she's portrayed as very weak, or not weak. I don't want to say weak, right? But she's not portrayed in a positive light. I mean, consistently not, right? And so I don't think that's an accident. I think that Horikoshi is playing with us already. And so, with that being said, I don't know which path will we go down. Both those paths have actually really fucking cool outcomes. I'd rather not see his mom be used as a hostage, and I think it'd be really cool if Deku could become a villain, or could become a rogue agent, because it would set him up to make some of the greatest villain, or make some of the greatest hero moves possible. And actually, that would go even farther, because that would show Bakugo, that would give Bakugo a lot more drive, because Bakugo has the drive to become #1, but a lot of that is through Deku, and if Deku could one-up Bakugo through that scenario he's made up, then that would just bounce back and forth, and then maybe he would be Sasuke. So I switched my position. I'm leaning on that. Anyway, guys, actually, I thought this chapter was an incredible chapter. There's a lot more to it than just in heaven. It's actually more to it. I missed over. I didn't even talk about the cat girl and her eyes. I don't think that has too much significance in the rest of the story, but yes. Also, the new characters and new powers, and the fact that Best Genius are retired. I can guarantee you guys new heroes and new villains are coming. So anyway, I'm Pete Standard, Boku, and that's probably the most analytical and serious review I've ever done. So.